Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Sam. I'm so glad to speak to you here through this video. Fine. We are here to discuss on a topic: is English a subject or a language? I know you must be wondering why there is a need for this question. It's very obvious that English is a language. Why there is a thought about a subject? But still, there is a need to analyze this topic. If you see, a student is studying 12 years of English, okay, long years, 12 long years he studied English. But after the completion of his schooling, when he comes out of the 12th standard, okay, irrespective of the marks, maybe he must have scored 170 plus or 180 plus or 160 or 120, whatever it is. Apart from marks, if you see, he has studied English for 12 long years, but still he is not able to talk fluently. There is a problem in his communication, but still he has studied 12 long years, he is not able to communicate. It is a serious issue that we have to look into it. So, what happens? I started my observation like where comes the problem and what is the exact problem that students face. The reason is simple. Okay, in my study and in my observation, I have found out that English is studied for 12 years, like other subjects. If you see, like other subjects, they study stories, prose, they study essays. Okay, they mug up, they move from one class to the other class, and one specific thing is that they study from different teachers as well, sometimes with the different schools as well, but still the result is almost the same. Most of the students are not able to communicate freely even after the 12th. So the point I make here is that English has been studied by the students instead of learning. So, according to my understanding, a language can be learned. It cannot be studied like other subjects. Even I would say we cannot teach the language. We should help the students to develop their skills, their acquisition to with respect to the language. So the language should be acquired. The skills should be acquired. So the language has to be practiced frequently. Maybe I'll ask another question. If you have observed closely the local shopkeepers, they'll be able to speak very fluently. They'll be able to communicate in Hindi, Tamil, English, and many other languages. If you see, the message is communicated and it is received and responded back as well. So obviously the communication happens very frequently and perfectly. But in the case of students, even after 12 long years of studying, they couldn't come out with their thoughts easily. So the thing is, they should be given some space to learn the language. Even there are schools, there are classes where even the English teachers they don't speak in English. So we should create an atmosphere. We should make the surroundings an English speaking surroundings so that the students can communicate freely. They'll have an opportunity to speak and communicate and express their ideas in English. So even I would say fluency can be obtained by frequency. So we should insist the students to practice more and more. That's what happens with the shopkeeper. He is not conscious about the listener. Okay, so he is not bothered about the grammar part. He is conscious about communicating his thought to the receiver, and that's it. And he is successful in doing it. You could see that communication happens from one to the other one, and the other one is responding back. So successfully, the communication is happening. Whereas in the classroom, uh, we teach so many things, we do so much of activities, but still the language learning is not actively happening according to my perspective. So what we are supposed to do as teachers is that we should give enough room to practice students. They should, instead of simply giving a lecture, and we are keeping ourselves busy in writing something on the board, and uh, instead of focusing too much on producing results. So we teachers have to make them understand the importance of English during the, I mean, schooling or college, or after the completion of the college, how it helps them to get a decent job with a decent salary. So we have to make them the importance of the language right from the schooling itself. So they'll be very serious about the importance of language, and they'll start learning it. So this is what we teachers have to take the responsibility to guide the students, and we should give enough space to students to improvise their language. Maybe we may not correct them in the class itself. So we may take note of the mistakes of the students, what actually they do while they communicate, and we may call out the students, or we may maintain a separate note, and we may inform the students what are all their problems in communicating, so that they'll be able to sort it out soon, instead of saying it in common. So they might get offended, and it might stop their learning part. So the point is, of course, yes, English is a beautiful language, but still, it should not be taught as a subject like other languages. So, the skills, the listening, speaking, reading, and writing, all the four skills should be given equal weightage with respect to the teaching and the assessment part as well. As we teachers, uh, if you see the assessment also, that happens, that is closely associated with the reading and writing part. But there is no assessment from grade 1 to 12. Okay, if we see, there is no assessment for part for listening, and there is no assessment for speaking also. So what happens is that the students, they keep on writing more and more exams from grade 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. They keep writing more and more exams. Okay, so but still they are not even able to frame sentences on their own. So so this is a serious issue. So 12 years they keep writing so much of prose, poetry, essays, and so many other stuff, but still they couldn't frame sentence on their own. So that is going to be a serious issue, that we have to help them to understand the importance of writing, the nuances of writing. So we have to train them as a skill, instead of teaching it uh, through a chalk and talk method, or the traditional way of teaching things. And another thing is that the very very important skill, according to my understanding and my way of observing things around the world, is that speaking. So if we see how frequently the students are speaking, maybe in the classroom or outside the classroom, so we have to check the frequency. So they have to practically speak as much as possible. Maybe they could start with few simple expressions, instead of saying good morning and thank you frequently. They could use the other expressions, and maybe the teachers might motivate them to speak in English. And we teachers, as we teachers, we have to speak with other teachers in English, so that they will get motivated. Okay, let's also speak like our teachers. So we have to, directly or indirectly, we have to motivate them to ensure good surroundings to learn English, learn and speak English. So one humble request to the experts. Uh, so please make speaking and listening happen in the classrooms, instead of focusing too much on the assessment part with reading and writing. So the other two skills are also very important for their overall proficiency level. To develop their overall proficiency level, all the four skills should be given equal weightage, so that they'll be able to master the language, or they'll be able to learn the art of speaking. So this is what I want to speak through this discussion. I would expect the experts, language experts, to comment on this video so that we can have more and more interaction to narrow down to a remedy, to a solution. So this is not simply to say what are all the problems. So we have to find a solution to the problem. So this is the time to revise the need for the skill based language learning. So instead of just keep on having a focused subject and teaching on and on and on, I mean, letting the students to write and read frequently and making them to pass or fail, or switching from one classes to the other classes. If we see the total outcome of the schooling, so we have to ensure that the students are able to write sentences on their own, and they should read sentence, they should interpret, they should understand, and they have to rewrite. So this type of things has to be inculcated in the regular agenda, so that the benefit of the students would be really good, and we also will be able to feel some contentment in our profession as well. So, if as per the topic says, is English a subject or language? Of course, yes. So from now onwards, we have to shift uh, the importance of language as a skill-based learning, not as a subject-based learning. So we are overdone with the theory, I suppose. So maybe we have to come out of it, and we have to think and redirect or reframe the structure of the syllabus we have in schoolings, even in colleges, and then we have to ensure a bright scope for the students. Maybe if we could see, there are many students after the successful completion of their college degrees, they are finding it very tough to find a decent job for a decent salary. So studying all these years, uh, investing so much of money, and we also held responsible. So we have to do something for the betterment of the students, so that they'll be able to come out with flying colors. So I thank you so much for listening to me in this video. I hope this would be quite informative and a bit brainstorming for you. So I would expect all the experts to post your comments down the video, so that we can have a continuous follow-ups and interactions, and we'll be able to do something for the betterment of the students. Thank you, all of you. Take care. Bye.